0300 hours, June 6, 1944. Major Werner Pluskett stands alone inside his concrete bunker overlooking Omaha Beach. He commands the coastal artillery of the 52nd Infantry Division. For months, he has stared at the same empty horizon. Yet tonight, something feels wrong, different from every other night. His orders are unmistakable. If the Allies land, his guns must stop them on the shore. If the defense collapses here, the road to Paris will lie open. At 0100, the telephone rings. It is his regimental commander. Pluskett scans the darkness once more. Nothing, only fog and rolling waves. He replaces the receiver and returns to his optics. His crews are positioned at their reinforced 155mm guns. Ammunition is stacked in readiness. Naval mines line the coastline below. Anti-landing obstacles rise from the sand. Everything is prepared. Yet the waiting eats at him. Then, shortly after 000, he hears it. A deep mechanical hum drifting across the water. Aircraft engines, hundreds of them. The sound swells into a thunderous roar. Pluskett rushes to the observation slit. The northern sky erupts with streaks of light. Parachute blossom in the darkness, thousands of white shapes floating down. Alarm. Artillery crews scramble to their positions. The phone rings again. His gunners turn their barrels inland, but the order is absolute. The beach comes first. Yet, paratroopers are already landing behind them, cutting roads and seizing bridges. The invasion has begun beyond the reach of his guns. By 0530, dawn spreads a pale gray light across the sea.
Easy now. Let me see
Pluskett returns to his scope and freezes. Ships. Not dozens, not hundreds, thousands. The entire horizon is filled with vessels from left to right. Battleships, cruisers, destroyers, transports. An armada beyond imagination. They sit it in orderly lines. Dark silhouettes against flashes of lightning, stretching endlessly into the distance. His hands tremble as he reaches for the telephone. Static crackles. His commander's voice is tense. Before the reply comes, the world detonates. The first salvos from Allied naval guns tear through the sky like speeding freight trains. The sound arrives almost simultaneously with the shells. They slam into the bluffs around him with devastating force. Crete shakes. Dust floods the bunker. Fire everywhere. His guns answer. The 155mm pieces roar, hurling shells toward the distant fleet. But the Allied bombardment is overwhelming. For every German shot, dozens come back. German positions erupt in fountains of earth, steel, and shattered concrete. At 0630, landing craft appear. Hundreds of them surge forward in waves. They are heading straight for Omaha Beach, straight into his sector. Open fire. Battery commanders confirm the order. The guns pivot, tracking the approaching boats. At 2,000 meters, they unleash their fire. Shells splash around the craft. One takes a direct hit and vanishes in a ball of flame. But there are too many. For every boat destroyed, 10 more push ahead. The landing craft reach the obstacles. Some explode on mines. Others grind to a halt against steel hedgehogs. Ramps drop. American soldiers spill into chest-deep water. MG-42 machine gun positions on the bluffs open fire. The distinctive ripping sound of German guns echoes across the beach. Tracer fires the shoreline, forcing the first wave to scatter and dive for cover. The surf becomes chaos, yet the assault continues. More craft slam onto the sand. Tanks move forward, some bog down immediately, others crawl toward the shingle. Engineers sprint with explosives, trying to carve lanes through the obstacles. From Pluskett's guns, heavy shells crash into the beach, blasting sand skyward and shredding equipment in seconds. A naval shell strikes one of his artillery positions, silencing it instantly. The Americans are pinned behind the seawall and shingle. The waterline is clogged with wreckage, vehicles burning along the shore. It looks hopeless, yet landing craft keep coming, wave after wave, pouring fresh troops onto the beach. At 7:30, a thought strikes him. How many shells remain? They have been firing for an hour. At this rate, the ammunition will be gone in 30 minutes. He calls regimental command again. The Allied fire shifts. Less noise, more precision. Spotters guide the bombardment, feeding coordinates from the beach and the air. Impacts climb steadily up the bluff, closing in with terrifying accuracy. Then the bunker takes a direct shock. The scope shatters. The view disappears. Plusket is thrown to the floor. As he lifts his head, he sees smoke seeping through a fresh crack in the wall. The concrete is beginning to fail. 2 guns remain, with fewer than 40 shells. By 08:00, the Americans begin to move forward. Small groups break from the seawall and advance through the draws in the bluffs. Defensive fire forces some to drop and take cover, but others push on. They use grenades and satchel charges to neutralize each strongpoint they encounter. The radio crackles, then falls silent. Outside, the air pulses with repeated impacts, each one closer than the last. A messenger bursts into the shelter. Music. There is no withdrawal. The roads are cut, the escape routes controlled by the enemy. His men can only fall back into an ever-shrinking section of the line. At 08:45, his last 2 positions fall silent. They are out of ammunition. Plusket stares toward the shoreline. It is filled with movement, now massive numbers of troops, pushing forward and spreading inland. Heavy vehicles climb. Gaps have opened where barriers once stood. The ground he was meant to hold has become a foothold for the Allied advance. The invasion has succeeded. At the base of the bluff, medics move urgently through the chaos. Germans and Americans lie side by side. The scale of the landing is immense. Vehicles and supplies stream inland without pause. The Atlantic Wall has failed. His account of witnessing the Allied fleet at dawn became one of the most famous German perspectives of D-Day. The 352nd Infantry Division suffered catastrophic losses defending Omaha Beach, with more than 1,200 men killed, wounded, or captured in the first 12 hours. Despite inflicting heavy casualties on American forces, the German defenders were overwhelmed by the scale and firepower of the Allied assault. Plusket survived the war, and his testimony was later featured in Cornelius Ryan's book The Longest Day. Until his death, he maintained that the moment he saw the Allied Armada at dawn was the instant he knew Germany had lost the war. The defense of Omaha Beach was Germany's fiercest resistance on D-Day. But it was not enough.